Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jayam Vishnupa Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Astuttara Sutta Sri Srimad Divine Grace ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagadguru Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupa Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Astuttara Sutta Sri Srimad Divine Grace ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagadguru A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Guru Vaishnava Namacharya Srila Haridasa Guru Ki. Friends go Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shama Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Ganges Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samavesha Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Itai Gaura Premananda. All glories assembled in it. All glories assembled in it. All glories assembled in it. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Vishnu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Sri Gaurakarana Shakti Vastiti. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayi Sapadrisu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasuki Bhakti Bhavati Nastiki Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Jnana-Tirandasya Jnanandana Sarakaya Chakshurumritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sarputam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamohyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Upam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Saditam Savadutam Vijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Cha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Professor Gupikanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Mandavanishwari Vishwamani Devi Kanavami Aditya Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuye Vacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Unityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So we are looking at Bhagavatam, chapter 7, chapter 11, text 8. We are still at text number 8. So we are looking at Satyam, we have looked at Hidaya, Tapa, Sochan, Tiksha, Sama, and Dhamma. Today we are looking at Dhamma. Prabhupada translated Dhamma, control of the senses, not allowing the senses to act without control. That's a problem. Not allowing the senses to act without control. Should allow the senses to without control. It means we are to be Goswamis. In a letter of instruction, preface. The preface will not letter of instructions. The Prophet intention, his interest, or the purpose of his establishing ISKCON is to make everyone become Goswamis. People want to make us Goswamis, irrespective of any ashram. Any ashram, in all the ashrams, the human society have been divided into 4 social and 4 ashrams. The whole idea is to help us control the senses. We have to become Goswamis. And that is the idea. And we mentioned that to control the senses, which of the senses we start from? Which senses we start to control our senses?
Mind.
Okay, thank you. We should start from the mind. Why the mind? Why is the mind?
Because if the mind is controlled, then the senses will follow.
If the mind is controlled, all other senses will become controlled, because the mind is the master of all the senses. So if the other senses will be automatically controlled. If the mind is controlled, the eye will not engage us unnecessarily. The tongue also the same. The ear, everything, all other senses they will fall in place nicely. How to control the mind? How to control the senses? Now we have looked at the mind very carefully. Now we look at the senses. The Prophet said Dhamma, not allowing the senses to act without control. With control of the mind, control of the senses becomes academic. The two no longer elude Sorry. The two no longer collude to distract the person, but rather the mind becomes the disciplinarian. If the mind does not accept anything wonderful, other senses will not accept it. Only if the mind accepts something, then intelligence will start working, and other senses will start to act. If the mind refuses, this is not nonsense. You know you are attracted to it. Other senses will not respond to it because the master didn't approve it. If the mind accepts it, then you send it to intelligence. The intelligence will have to plan how to get it. Borrow it, beg it, or steal it. That's the mind. Those who are under the control of the mind, they also follow. They have this is the principle. The one man, that is the principle. Ghee is so important because they might have accepted ghee to be most important thing. Therefore, he said, borrow it, beg it, or you steal it. In all circumstances, you must eat ghee. Because mind has accepted. But a person whose mind does not accept ghee as important, the ghee will not have taste. Even if you use ghee to cook, it will not be tasteful. The tongue will say, what is this? It's very nasty. Why don't they use vegetable oil? You should have used vegetable oil. Why do you use ghee? Someone asked me, why do you waste ghee? Why do you waste so much ghee in your ghee plant? It's a waste. Should have used it to cook so that we can enjoy. So when you use it for ghee, what do we enjoy from it? It's a waste. That's what the mind said. Because the mind didn't accept ghee can be used for offering to Krishna. Offering ghee to Krishna, what is it? To stone, to marble, to wood. It's a waste. And I said, no, it is not a waste. Because you don't understand it. You don't understand. Offering ghee to Krishna liberates us from material bondage. If one look at the lotus face of Krishna, when the ghee lamp is offered, the ghee lamp, when it is offered, in all the items you have in the altar tray, the king of all of them is the ghee lamp. So experienced pujaris, they spend more time, they're very careful, they spend more, especially in Chopati temple. This is what you see. They give emphasis to the ghee lamp. They spend more time, make sure they give their heart to it. Even if you are late, Chamara pick up that you can do 2 minutes or 1 minute. But attention is given to the most important thing, the ghee lamp. Because that is the key. When you look at the lotus face of the deities, the lotus face of Krishna is all auspicious. It is the epitome of beauty and the essence of all sweetness. That is the lotus face of Krishna. So when you look at the lotus face of Krishna, remember that these 3 things, when the ghee lamp is offered to Krishna, you will never enter the womb of a mother again. Closed. Never. We do it every day. Who remembers it? This is not the first time I'm saying this. Of course, today I've added something. I've added something to it, but I've said it many times. But who remembers? That is how we are being cheated. With the senses. So therefore, to control the senses is very, very important. in our lives. To control the senses is very important. Nature has given us human body just to control the senses. If you use it for any other thing, it's a failure. Nous n'avons pas remarqué que comment je donne de la plus tard après l'auti. Le savez, le savez. Paramata, kurote, vikrama, paramata. Paramata. One is considered mad who does not use this body to control the senses. You don't use this life to control the senses. That's how the man, yeah. An intelligent person should never use this body for anything else other than to control the senses by engaging the senses in ISKCON. Bhakti. Engaging the senses, in the sense of the master of the senses become controlled. When the senses are controlled, then that is devotional service. Devotional service begins at Mabhaktim Labati Param. So party in the book tam patun nirmala. Hrishikesh, say Bhakti Uchete. Yes, Bhakti Uchete. That's the beginning of devotional service. When the senses are controlled, then everything is done with full attention, with affection. Everything becomes an offering to Krishna. Our life in general, the whole life is an offering to Krishna. At that stage, everything is auspicious, completely devotional. Krishna consciousness. That is complete Krishna consciousness. Having said that, even if the mind remains unbridled, senses under control of the intelligence can serve as an anchor for the mind. The gross nature of the senses makes them tangibly more manageable, and therefore the following are recommendations for their engagement. As much as possible, a devotee should avoid living, eating, working, and relaxing with non-devotees. Technologies for controlling the senses. As much as possible, the devotee should avoid living, eating, working, relaxing with celibacy according to one's ashram, as well as moderate eating, sleeping, talking, and recreation, avoiding either excess or privation, are dominant practices. These are to be accompanied by constant engagement in the senses in devotional service, and conversely, by restraining them from mundane activities through appropriate vows. Devotees are trying to practice Krishna consciousness. We're trying to control the senses, but we are still appreciating karmis. It's dangerous. We cannot succeed if you still appreciate karma. It means that we are regretting being a devotee. We are lamenting, if I'm not a devotee, then I would have been like, just see how they enjoy. And I'm just suffering, sitting with these people, talking nonsense to me every day. If I'm not here, will you come and talk to me like this in my office? I will employ people like you in my office. But just look at me with these people. Look at them. These small boys and girls who are not even up to my staffs in office. It's unfortunate. The senses are still oscillating. Shall I go? Shall I? No. So practice how to control the senses with determination. Yes, this has to be done. This has to be done. The immediate result of mind and sense control on the part of the practitioner is manifest a sense of peace. You'll be peaceful. When you start to control the senses, you find peace. The practitioner feels peace within himself, and others sees his peaceful demeanor. People see you, even you may not see yourself, but people looking at you, they will see. This person. Which religion do you practice? People will ask you. Not their philosophy. If you are practicing something you are feeling not comfortable with, nobody will see that quality. Nobody will see that quality. Even if you are talking to somebody with a book and I talk to somebody, the person looking at you, do you actually believe what you are telling me? Why do you want me to follow you? Go. I will see you later. Tomorrow. I think I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll buy your book. It doesn't feel that you are satisfied with what you're doing. You cannot convince you. Looking at your demeanor, you're not shining. So they will not follow. This peaceful man is experienced and observed in a practitioner becoming indifferent to happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor. It further manifests as apathy to the acquisition of wealth, equal treatment of all living entities, an ability to relate with all conditions, things, and creatures as one would to the Lord. Treat everyone kindly. Treat everyone kindly, friendly. Yes, apathy. Indifferent. Indifferent means it does not have taste. What you have does not attract me. Oh, look at the power bank. Oh, Krishna. If I'm working, then I should have had 2 of these. You're the great being a devotee. Indifference. Indifference means material doesn't attract me. Yes? We should try to understand what it means. But it doesn't mean you should not have the power bank. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have it. You should have it, but
no attraction, no attachment.
There is no attachment to it. Not attached to it. It you see, because it's a necessity for Krishna consciousness. That's what it is. Remember that. And it also does not mean carelessness. That you don't have to tell me please, you don't keep in the house and when it's taken. That is also not indifference. It's material. One should keep everything carefully for Krishna's use because they are meant for Krishna. It does not violate the principle of indifference. So renunciation is not carelessness. It's not avoidance of responsibility. Yes. Such Krishna consciousness is made possible by the initially theoretical and later realized appreciation of Krishna's all-pervasiveness. Yes, in the beginning is theory. We should hear properly. If you hear properly, then we can start to apply it. If you don't hear properly, you cannot apply it. What would you apply? The spiritual benefit of being fully self-controlled are legion. Such accomplished devotees are freed from the reaction to past deeds, become very dear to Krishna, and are appreciated by devotees and non-devotees alike. That is, if they are sincere with their devotee. If they are not devotees, they are not sincere, they will hate you. Because a sinful person doesn't want you to remind him or her about his sinful deeds. Want to encourage us. Yeah, what I'm doing is right. Then you are a friend. Oh no, give up this simple activity. Who are you to tell me that? I know what I'm doing. Become envious. Are you pure? That is envy. Such accomplished devotees are freed from the reactions of past deeds. And Nishta, the platform, at the stage of Nishta. No more karma. On the platform of Nishta, there is no more karma. Only in some rare cases, Krishna wants us to intensify our practice more. Krishna may leave it there, but it does not mean that one is not pure. So if you offend such a person, thinking the person is an ordinary person, you will suffer. Ignorance is not an excuse. Ignorance is not. Such accomplished devotees are free from the reactions to past deeds. They become very dear to Krishna and are appreciated by devotees and non-devotees alike. Hiranyakasipu like Prahlad Maharaj? Huh? No. Does that mean that Prahlad is not on this level? Does it mean Prahlad is not on this level? It's on a level. That's what we mentioned before, that dangerous demons will not appreciate. But people are liberal, they would appreciate. Even they are not devoted, they will appreciate. There are many people who, looking at Prabhupada picture in the book alone, this is a great man. You've not said it on the Sankirtan? Many times? Prabhupada, did you have that experience? Someone looking at the people, I've experienced it many times. They are not devoted. In the street, you give someone a book, you look at it, you're looking at him, oh, this man is a great man. Right? They have not even read a book, but looking at the picture, in Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic. A devotee took his own Bhakti Maharaj a picture to a Photoshop. He wanted to frame. The man who is walking, they look at it, say, who is this? Who is this man? The devotee was surprised. He did it free. He didn't take money for it. He didn't take money for it. After he framed it, he gave the devotee, please. This man worth to get for this service. Just looking at the picture, he appreciated it. Only devotees, hardcore demons, or hardcore demons will not appreciate. Dhira appreciated Arjuna. Huh? Yudhishthira? Yudhishthira Maharaj, they said, Ajata Satrava Santa. That's Yudhishthira Maharaj. His enemy is not born yet. That means he doesn't have enemy. He does not have enemy. Like water. Water has no enemy. If you want to fight water, means you want to die. Did it happen? 64 million. Eh? How many? 64 million people. Yes. That is the counted one. That's the one that were counted. There were more than that. Yes. Because the mind is like a lamp in a windless place. Spiritual practices become easy and effective, enabling devotees to see not only their own spiritual nature, but to also rejoice in it. Krishna told us that what? Bhakti is what? Devotional service is what? Sushukam kartum abhyayam. You know what it means? No. How is it? Yeah, Japa is sweet. How many persons have sweet Japa? How many persons have a sweet Japa? One, two again. Two, sweet Japa. Sweet Japa. Very good. I have two people. Thank you for this system. Mine is not sweet, so this words, Sushukama Karatum, it doesn't apply to me. But Krishna said it in Gita. Is it a lie? No. So what does it mean? It's the same thing all of us are doing. Why many people don't have? It's only two people. How many people are here? Only two of us. Two people are having that. Majority of us are experiencing that. Krishna says, "Sushukam Karatum." That's what Krishna said. So what does it mean?
The senses are not
Thank you.
Like the two of you are chatting properly.
So go and do Bhakti Shastri, so you can understand what is Gita. If you don't do Bhakti, you cannot understand about Gita. Then let's prescribe it. If you want to understand, do Bhakti Shastri. Eh? Bhakti Shastri is compulsory. Yes. So, the soul will rejoice because the mind is now free from the dirty things. So the mind will be happy. The dirty thing makes one unhappy. So pure devotees are completely happy. Mahantas te samachita prasanta. The Mahantas are prasanta. It's a prasanta. So what Krishna means is that this is the nature of the soul. The soul by nature, free from all these things, is what? A joyful soul. And devotional service for a pure soul is a joyful activity. So some of us are not experiencing that because we are not yet. We have not freed our mind yet from all these things. The moment the mind is free, we will experience that devotional service is a joyfully performed activity. Understand? Control of both the mind and senses eventually leads to their spiritualization, which becomes not only a source of boundless bliss but an unshakable commitment to devotional service that can withstand the greatest difficulty and surmount the greatest obstacle. Beautiful. You know? Control of both the mind and senses eventually leads to their spiritualization, which becomes not only a source of boundless bliss, but an unshakable commitment to devotional service. The more we advance in Christian consciousness, the more meaningful Christian consciousness becomes. The more the joy, the more determination, the more interest. If you want to check if we are making advancement, is to check if our interest in Krishna is increasing. If our taste for chanting, for hearing is increasing, or we are thinking, this is too difficult, how long am I going to remain here? Maybe I should just find my way before it becomes too late. That means no advancement. If you're making advancement, that will never come to your mind. With the whole world falling on your head, you will never think of giving up Krishna consciousness. You remain fixed. That's the proof of advancement in Krishna consciousness. The whole world is fully on your head. You remain unshakable. Unshakable. If the mind tells you, oh, this thing is not possible, better give it up before it becomes too late. Don't waste that time. Means no advancement. There's no progress. It's a fatigue. The dirtiness is too much there in the heart. The purification is not taking place as much as possible. So, for a sincere person, a fortunate person who will think, okay, let me increase the quality of my sadhana. He will not think about, oh, let me give it up. One day, I was taking prasadam, and a friend devotee just came and dropped the key of the movement in my hand. He said, take, I'm leaving. I said, what do you mean by leaving? Stay there now. You suffer. I will not stay until anything happens on my head. Let me go before it happens. The appetite disappeared. I couldn't eat again. Just he's leaving. The hunger disappeared. And he left the movement. He gave the key to me. He didn't give the key to the pure devotees. He came and gave it to me. Asura and Rakshasa. I said, he couldn't even go to me. What is happening? I don't want it to happen before me. Let me leave before it happens. What is happening? He left. That's how he left the movement. That time he was the regional secretary. He is the temple president in the best temple in Nigeria, and he has a very beautiful young girl as a wife, and what is necessary facility, he was having it, and she dropped it in her leg. Anyway, of course, he's still friendly. Sometimes he used to call me, so anyway, he still remember one chakra, so it's still good. It's good. But he dropped on it. If our side is not strong, that will come to the mind, what will happen. In such an elevated state, devotees are fully convinced that there is no greater gain to be had for the mind and senses than devotion to Krishna. Thus liberated, they are freed of all miseries. To summarize, in Krishna's word, he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. And if one doesn't control the mind, so what happens? If you don't control the mind, what happens? Then one lives with the greatest enemy. One lives with the greatest enemy. Mahasana Mahapabma. Mahasana Mahapabma. Prabhupada translated it, the all devouring sinful enemy of the soul. All devouring sinful enemy. Maha. That is Bhagavad. Who knows? Bhagavad. Pandita. Nah, certainly. Okay, so they do Bhakti Shastri. That is Bhagavad chapter 3, text 27. Wow. Check if it is correct. And if one does not control the mind, what's the problem? That's okay, that's my problem. What is the problem? why you bother about if I don't control my mind and my senses? Then one lives with the greatest enemy, an enemy that misleads the senses and inevitably degrade them into sinful conduct. Is it 327? 27. Mahasana, Mahapa. 37. 337. Yeah, 337. 37. Not 20. Yes. 37.
Yes.
Okay. Or in exceptional or marginal circumstances, for one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work. One whose sense is not controlled, self-realization not possible. In short, the best one can hope for from an uncontrolled mind is a long and rocky road to Krishna consciousness, in which one must confront the mind somewhere along the way and ultimately bring it under control. Hare Krishna. A comment or question? Yes.
Thank you very much for the last class. One time you mentioned in your class that a person's level of devotional service can be judged by his karma, like the nature he has acquired. They act on the person's devotional service also.
Our previous karma has influence on our present life.
It has some influence on the present life. And then at some point during your class, you mentioned that sometimes you can. A devotee is not a pure devotee. It does not mean because he has some attributes or something that we might see him like, okay, maybe this person is not pure. Doesn't mean that the person is not a pure devotee. It may be there because Krishna wants the person to act more.
Yes.
Or do more. So I wanted you to explain more on this aspect. How exactly from the past life affecting your devotional service? Does it mean that you can only get to a particular point in devotional service, you cannot pass that particular stage because of the result of your
We can pass, that is why we are here. We can pass. We can rectify. There is one in Ghana. There's one radio broadcaster. He is an addicted to illicit sex life. He's an addict. So when he sees Swami come to his studio, he will ask you question. He will ask you a question so that he can understand that. If you have had the sex before becoming a devotee, becomes an SEO, you're not qualified. want to make it like that. All the Swamis ISKCON who have visited Jadota Maharaj, all of us, when the same thing he'll be asking. So what I told him that a gold that has passed through fire is different from the gold which is not refined yet. Is it not true?
Yes.
The gold that has passed through fire has undergone heavy torture, discipline, into fire to get to that appreciative stage. When you see God says, and let me go for it. And when they put it, you feel, but gold has not passed through fire. You don't appreciate it. It doesn't shine. Right? They are not equal. They are not the same. So correct your thinking. So correct your thinking. So if yes, also last week somebody also asked me a question. We have so many people who are already married and moved that afterward become sannyasi. So one can say, oh, but no, I was not a brahmacharya from birth, so no need to. That's a failure. If one has made a mistake, doesn't mean you should not correct it. If you don't correct it, you're a fool, big fool. Correct the mistake. Oh, now that I have known, let me stop it. This is not why we come to Krishna consciousness. Yes. If you don't want to correct it, you can continue with it. No, I'm already contaminated. There's no need to practice. I will wait for next life. Next life will not come. Because you are still contaminated. You start eating water. How are you going to get free to practice? You have to practice to get to that's the personal stage. If you practice and go back to Godhead, will Krishna say, Lord, see, this soul is coming from that place. So you should stay this side. You have not come from that place. You stay this side. That's existing, Goloka. When you are there, you are completely free. In fact, Sanatana Swami said that when you get back to Godhead, Krishna will appreciate you more than those who are there. Why? He said we are new devotees. New devotees means he just came from there. From there. So he said Krishna appreciates new devotees than the old devotees. Old devotees are those who never come there before. They are old devotees. New devotees are those who have come from here. There. Why? To come there you have suffered terrible process of purification. You have Nekadasi, for example. It's easy to fast Nekadasi. Easy? Some people will prefer Nekadasi. But Krishna will appreciate, he will count all the Kadasi you fast individually, you will count it on your head. All is recorded. The whole place you have visited is counted. In Vrindavan there is a registrar. If you do Govardhan Parikrama, he will mark you one. If you do 2 times in life, he will mark it. When I live in a body, it will show. This person have done Govardhan Parikrama 10 times, 100 times. It will show. You give you a mark. So all these practices you are doing, you should understand. It is being recorded. Don't think it's ordinary. You're doing music, it's recorded. It will be counted. Just like your attendance in the class, it shows in the result, right? It may get 100%, but when they look at your attendance, it's poor. You reduce the mark.
70%.
Yes.
To be able to see the result.
Exactly. Yes. It is there spiritually. So all these things we are doing, it is recorded. Please, let us try to understand these things. How many programs we are attending, classes we are attending, prasadam we are taking, haranam we are going, the japa we are doing, everything is recorded. Yamada will look at all of them. Then you give us mark. To go or not to go. So we should put effort. So that is we should put effort in what we are practicing. So as we live in a past, the reflection will show in what we're practicing now. So when one knows this, we are praying seriously. We are praying. We are praying seriously. Krishna will loosen the rope. Not tight again, we will be loosening it. Because we are praying, we are begging. That's why prayer is very, very powerful. Very powerful. So by that, the rope is being loosened and we are making progress. As I'm making progress, Krishna, he knows everything because our record is in this and he knows everyone completely, perfectly, completely, 100%. So he knows that, okay, this person has risen to this mister, but I want him to do more ekadasis. He may not reveal your position to you yet, but it is there. That does not mean that you are not there, and if somebody make offense, you're thinking that you're not there. The person will pay heavily for it. According to the level of purity a person is, that what will be the level of the reactions that one will get. Is 100% pure. The result is 100%. Is whatever percentage is, that is how we are going to get the result. Yes. Hare Krishna. Okay. Last question before you go. Hare Krishna.
I want to ask that explain more about this mind.
Mind.
Yes. Because most time, like when we are chanting or doing something, the mind keeps telling the same things unwillingly. You are chanting so seriously, focusing, before you know the mind will just break down one thought.
Yes.
And these things are the things that have passed maybe our life or through.
Yes.
So one thought will just come in. And those years of our life, we've had bad experiences, good experiences.
Yes.
Why don't we mind bring in the good experiences to bad experiences?
Thank you. Thank you. Why the man is not giving us the good things, only the bad ones is bringing. Very good, thank you. That is the nature of the mind. You know, everything that we do, there has residues of that is stored in the mind, subconscious mind. Everything. All activities we have performed, what we have been thinking, what we have been doing, everything, what we've been seeing, what we've been hearing, everything, the residues of these activities is dropped in the mind. It's a storehouse of all garbages. That is why to control the mind is very important. Because if the mind is controlled, you have not problem. You are free. Free. That is liberation. Liberation. The mind will not bring all the good things that we want to do now because they are accumulated there. So when we are doing practice now, it's like you are sweeping a dirty room. What will happen? The dust will come out. If you drop the broom and run outside, If those will follow you outside, they will sit back there. Therefore, cover the nose, wear the mask, and continue to swim until everything is out. Then you are free. So don't mind the mind. Don't mind the mind. Just understand that yes, this thing is working. Yeah, the Krishna consciousness is working. That is why the mind is agitated and bringing all. So as it's bringing them, they are going. So allow them to go. Don't maintain them. Don't maintain them. If you start maintaining, they start enjoying it. I see, you're not serious. We're adding back. Let it go. Don't think that no, evil will not pass to my mind again. It is one year, 2 years. Until then, all those things will still come out. But let them come and go. Allow them to go. One day they will finish. And then it will be described as Amala Bhakta Devidas. Yeah, now you're going back from Octagon. That is expected. So don't mind the mind. Neglect the mind. If you want to be successful, you should neglect the mind. It means don't give importance to the mind. Let it come and let it go. That's how it works. Smart Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.